Hey everybody, it's the Black Powder Beginner. Welcome to another episode of Percussion Discussions at the Table. Today, I got something special. For the very first time on my channel, I am going to show you what a rifle bought off of gunbroker.com looks like when shipped. We're going to be unboxing a Thompson Center New Englander 54 caliber. Now, of course, I have a New Englander 50 caliber that you have seen before, but this one is something that I just purchased not too long ago, got it in the mail, and now we're going to see what it looks like. So, this is how the New Englander came. Now, this is something new. Normally, it's in a much longer box. I have gotten two rifles from Gunbroker, and they always come in a much longer box. But this one looks like the seller broke it down so that it could be shipped in a smaller box. So we're gonna get in here and see what we have. So, if just in case you don't know, Gunbroker is a auction site that deals in firearms and firearm related items. They also have knives and percussion caps and ammunition. So, and what you do is you bid, you bid on whatever item that you're looking to buy. And after a certain amount of time, whether it be a week or 2 weeks, if you're the highest bidder, then you win. And it's, like I said, it's an auction site. So I've gotten 95%, well, 99% of my firearms off of Gunbroker, with the two outliers being the two that Mr. Keith gifted me so many months ago to get me started. So now that you know a little bit about Gunbroker, uh, throw that box over there, and we'll take a look and see what we have. Wrapped pretty awesome. Because I have had a issue. The very first rifle, the New Englander that I bought off of course, Gunbroker. And when I got it, there was an issue. There, the stock was completely broken. So let's see how this stock looks. Oh, shoot. Well, there went the wedge, but looks like the stock is in pretty good shape. Okay. And I'm going to pull this apart The one good thing about that stock being broken, my first New Englander, the stock being broken was that I learned how to take the lock plate out, the tang, the trigger, and put it into a new stock. So now I know how to pull those things apart. So, I'll, oh yeah, pretty, pretty strong, pretty strong hammer drop. Oh, wait, before I put my pig sticker away, let me get all this out the way. So, grab that wedge. You guys might get to see the back of my head or the top of my head. Well, let me be lazy. There we go. So, okay, there's a wedge. All right, part two. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, well, not horrible. I've never seen this before. Huh. It does have a tip, kinda. It has a hole in it, so you can. Let's see. I switched out on the carbine because the ramrod is shorter. So when so in the um on my Thompson Center White Mountain carbine, the ramrod when it's fully seated in the stock and everything, it sits about here. That's where the end of the ramrod sits. So it's not the original rod that goes with it. Um, so I took I took the original tip off of it and put a little bit longer tip so that it would kind of equal out. But me being the guy that I am, I don't throw anything away. So I kept the tip. And I think it might be the threads might be too big. Yup. The threads are too big for that. So I suppose. Oh well, I do have adapters that maybe I can use, but I don't think that would be a good idea. So, well, I have to buy a tip for the ramrod here, but that's not a big deal. I'm not worried about that too much. Let's see. The barrel looks to be in fairly good shape. Now my 50 caliber New Englander. I don't know if you can see this, but this part where the New Englander name is engraved in the barrel, that's completely gone on my 50 caliber. That is all wiped. That is all gone off. Um, but what I've learned about the New Englanders is that the serial numbers are pretty close. So my 50 caliber New Englander is like a 03187, I believe it is. It's a low number. This one is the serial number is 259 25959. So we're in the 25,000 production for this barrel. So it's a newer New Englander. So the marking is still there. It looks like, and there's the guy, the seller put pictures of the barrel, the inside of the barrel, into on the site, on the ad, the advertisement for this rifle. So, and they did not look the best. But it doesn't look too well. If you can see that nipple, somebody fired it. They didn't clean it afterwards. This nipple is crusty. It's crusty. You know what? Now that I have the tools that I need, this is what I'm planning on doing for all of my new acquisitions when I buy something new. Unbox it and then go for a look down the bore, because that's, with the exception of the wood. Now, of course, these are used. So you see there's marks. Somebody used it. So it's, if it was new, then I'd be like, oh, what's these marks here? Ugh. But it's used, so you got to expect some wear, especially on things like rifles, stocks, because people do what they do. So it's not an amazing feat or surprising that they would be wear because it's used. So with that being said, I'm going to get the endoscope and we're going to take a look down the bore. Be right back. Okay, so we're back. I got the scope out and let's take a holy crap. Whew. Ooh wee. I don't know. You cannot see the rifling at all. Oh, I'm taking it down the barrel. And boy, oh boy. It's, I'm trying to get a clearer picture or a better angle. Wow. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm trying to make sure that it's in frame, but this is the first time that well, you saw me unbox it, so that kind of goes unsaid, but I mean, it's gonna, this is gonna, this is gonna take, this is gonna take some work. And that is the breach. Well, where the flash hole is, it looks like, it looks like somebody tried to oil it. I will say the one thing that's cool about this, and like I said, everybody should have one of these when you're dealing with used firearms. But because you need to be able to see what's in there, what's in the bore. But what's pretty cool is I think right there is the nipple. That's where the nipple is because the nipple is still in the barrel. That's the nipple right there at the top. So there is junk. I don't know what that stuff is down there. But yeah, yeah, well, rust, leading. I guess that's leading. I mean, quite honestly, it doesn't look any worse than the White Mountain Carbine, and you guys saw that. If you looked at my other video, the very long one where I tried to get the rust out of the White Mountain Carbine, out of the bore, you'll it's similar to that. This is similar to that. And honestly, honestly, yeah, it's similar. I'm not going to say it's better because it's not better because that is caked. At least with the White Mountain, at least you could see the rifling kind of. So it wasn't deep amount of caking of rust. But this when you get to the muzzle end, this is the muzzle end, right? This is right where the muzzle begins. See, right where the muzzle begins, and it is. I mean, it's bad. Now this is worse than the White Mountain, but as you kind of go in, it it gets better, I guess. I guess you could call this better. Because I'm hoping that these black spots right here, these black spots is the actual bore. But it is hard to tell. And from a newbie perspective, it's like, what am I really looking for? It it's not it's not something that you yeah, and then it's like smooth. You can kind of see the rifling right here. Over here, kind of see the rifling, but it's caked. You can kind of see the rifling, kind of. But yeah, it's pretty caked. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get to cleaning it. We're gonna get in there, and of course, you've already seen a cleaning. I just posted a video trying to restore the White Mountain Carbines bore. So I'm not going to put you through that again. I just wanted to show you this is more of a, you know, first impressions, unboxing, see what we got type of video. And this is what we got. Rough. Rough, but not ready. Not rough and ready, just rough. That's what this is. So once again, I'm the black powder beginner, and I don't really have much to say now. I've got to get in here. I'm gonna go through my steps, the cleaning steps. Then I'm going to I'll tell you what I'm gonna do since I've already started. So it looks like with this, it's gonna be cleaning, a lot of rough cleaning, and then and I'm gonna put that solvent on there, the Hoppies #9 throwback solvent. I'm going to oil it. Then I'm gonna scrape on this barrel, not real hard, not with the brushes and the copper copper wool, and we'll see how it turns out. And I'll make a video once I get done working on it, and I'll give you another look at the scope, and we'll see what it looks like once I get done. But in the meantime, I'll see you later, or you will see me later.